Yesterday was the International Day of the Woman, so we're a little late with this, but from the Old Testament, from the Tanakh, I have chosen one of my favorite books, and it's, once again, another short one. It's the book of Esther. And Esther is the story of a young, the Jews are in exile under Persian control, and the king is Xerxes. And they were treated a little better by the Persians than they were by the Babylonians. But Esther is a young Jewish orphan maiden, and her uncle Mordecai has been looking after her, and she's living in the city of Susa. And the king Xerxes has a harem, and she is captured, taken into the harem, and they receive 6 months worth of beautifying before the king has his night with them. And if the king finds favor with that concubine member of the harem, they're kept. And Xerxes has a advisor by the name of Haman, and Haman and his family are very anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish. And Mordecai tells Esther when she joins the harem, don't let anybody know what your ethnicity is. So the king finds favor with Esther and decides he needs a queen, and he decides Esther will be his queen. So Mordecai kind of stays in the shadows, but he's kind of the guy who's pulling all the strings. And Haman doesn't like Mordecai because Mordecai refuses to bow to him when he sees him at the city gate. But one day Mordecai overhears people talking about overthrowing Xerxes, and he backchannels his way to the king and lets him know that there's a movement about to kill him. And so the king saves himself, and it's much later the king realizes he didn't do anything for Mordecai, and Haman, who is really a nasty guy, finds out that the Jew that he doesn't like, Mordecai, is now an advisor the same as he is. So Haman prevails upon the king that the Jews need to be destroyed in all the Persian kingdom. And the king relents, and he sends out warriors to all the areas of exile with the idea that they're not to leave a Jew alive. So Esther learns of this from Mordecai, and she throws a couple of banquets. And during the banquet, she prevails upon Xerxes to save the Jews and reveals that she herself is Jewish, and the king loves her. And so he sends out to all the Jewish exile communities that these warriors are coming, and they're able to rise up and put down the murderers who are on their way. And Esther is considered the savior of all the Jews in exile during the Persian exile. And to this day, the Jews in March usually have the holiday of Purim, which is their Thanksgiving, which is a 2-day celebration, which includes a feast. But Haman, now that he's been defeated twice, decides he has to get rid of Esther. He's got to murder her. And the king walks in on Haman laying, he's pushed Esther back on a sofa, and he's about to take her. And the king sees this and decides Mordecai is to be hung. Well, Mordecai had already built a gallows near the gate. Haman had built a gallows near the gate that he was going to hang Mordecai from as an example. And Haman and 12 family members were all hung to show how treachery is dealt with. So we have another happy ending in the Old Testament. But Esther is a story that shows how faith and doing the right thing and God will judge you, not man. And it's a very lovely book, and it's a good read. You can read it in an evening.